Hello everybody, we are live. I was not looking at the time, so we were almost late. But everything should be good. Let me just check Twitch. Oh, what the... Okay. Okay, yep, Twitch should be good too. And we have the chat working again, which is lovely. So we don't have to mess around with that for 20 minutes. I think all is going well. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Now you can see my screen. So hello everyone, hello Wide, hello Payne Purdue, hello Chris. Welcome to the stream. So yes, we are going to be working on TechMod again today. Oh, that reminds me. I just released a tutorial and I need to do the notifications in Discord. Oh no, Facecam will come in a second. I will just do this first, and then I also need to do that. And what's the live link? There we go. Okay. That should be all good. So yeah, I have Blockbench open right this second because we are going to be working on the wind turbine today. Which is almost done, to be fair. I just want to get the model rendered and get it working as like a quote-unquote multi-block. So camera, there we go, and you're at an angle. Lovely. That should go this way. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, everything's up. Yep, good. So yeah, wind turbine. I've done a lot since the last stream. I actually don't remember what we even did in the last stream, but I'm pretty sure I've fixed whatever we were doing, whatever was not working. So let's give it a run and I can show you what's going on. But yeah, I've just been doing this in the last couple minutes, really. And I think this is basically everything I need. Obviously, texture not there. I'm not gonna do texturing in a stream because that would be the most boring thing on planet Earth. But yeah, let's just rename this to the main. There we go. And Minecraft is almost ready. Good. And let's do that. Okay. So, I wanted to try and add a config as well. I tried to do that and it failed miserably. So I gave up with that. Well, I guess since I'm here, I'll show you the wind turbine first. Pretty basic. It generates energy based on the height and also the biome. So the biome has, I think it's a 1.5 multiplier if it's either an ocean or a mountain. And then I think I did like 1.25 if it's a hills biome or something. Obviously you can mess around with that. Nope, not that. I don't know why I went into here. There you go. So where does it calculate that? Here we go. So there's a random wind speed at each position in the world based on the speed, based on the seed and the position. So that will just generate like a random float. And then it'll basically say if you're in an ocean or a mountain, it will times, it will have a modifier of 1.5 times. And then if it's a hill, it'll be 1.25, and then basically it uses the height and basically multiplies them all together to generate how much it should do, which seems to work pretty reasonably because let's see, what are we at here? We're at 131 in an ocean and we're generating 400 per tick, so that's 81% of what's possible. Which is pretty good, I think. Thank you for the follow, Stress Chatter. I wanted to try and get alerts set up. In theory, they should be working, but clearly not, because I didn't hear anything, and I don't think anything popped up on the stream. So I guess that didn't work. It was a long shot, to be fair, what I tried to do. Yeah, I didn't set that up, did I? Okay. So hopefully those will be working at some point, but not this stream apparently, because I messed up. Hello Mickey, welcome to the stream. Okay, I think all of my stuff was over here, all of my testing stuff, or am I imagining that? I might be imagining. I think I'm imagining that. Okay. So, what did we have last time? Does anyone remember what we were up to? Because I actually have no idea. It wasn't even that long ago. So we had the alloy furnace, I believe. Pretty sure we had the alloy furnace. I think we did the solar panel, right? But no, did we not do the solar panel? No, what we did is we did the thermal generator, right? That's the one that uses lava. Yeah, I think we did this one. Yeah, I'm using streamer.bot. But I think I set it up to use like stream elements or something. Oh, I also realized you can't hear desktop audio. There you go. Hopefully that's not too loud. Yeah, I don't think it works though. I probably did it wrong, to be honest. I'm not great with the stream stuff. Just wanted to ask, is mixing the best method if you want to override vanilla things in a Minecraft mod? Well, it depends. It depends, like, specifically what you want to do. It's kind of case-by-case basis. If you can do it using some events, then that's obviously the preferred way. And then mix-ins are kind of the second best option. Obviously, Fabric doesn't have a huge amount of events, but it does have some. So, you know, there are tick events, there are render events, there are, you know, server start events, those kind of things. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we did this last time. I don't remember if it actually rendered the fluid or not, but either way, that works. And then I also added batteries, ultimate, for example, which will then take all of that. So yeah, depending on how much. Oh, yes. Last time we tried to get this working. Oops. But it wouldn't accept the buckets. That's what happened. I remember now. We tried to put in the buckets and it wouldn't accept them. But I got that to work, and it was actually a very simple fix, which I can probably show anyone that's curious, which is probably no one. But I will show you anyways, because I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, all I had to do was use a single slot container item context instead of what I had before, which was creating it up here. So that fixed it, which is great. That's literally all I had to do. Yeah, you can see in here, it just uses that. So, and also I made it so it extracts a full bucket, you know, rather than a millibucket, because I'm pretty sure if you take a millibucket from a bucket, it thinks the whole bucket is empty, which is like really weird. So it doesn't do that. Yeah, so that's good. That works. And what else did I do? So yeah, batteries. I added all the types of batteries. So basic, and then advanced, elite, ultimate, and then there's also a creative one somewhere there, which I guess is out of that number, which is the max long, I think, if I recall correctly. And then what else did I do? I've done the solar panel as well, so that was a relatively simple port, to be honest. The output isn't very good. I should probably maybe buff it a little bit, but yeah, that all works. And I think if it's raining, so I actually haven't tested this. What am I doing? Whether I can't test if it's raining because I'm in a desert. Doofus. Let's locate a plains. Okay. Weather, rain. Let's see. Yeah, so that's decreased now because it's raining. And if I did like weather, thunder, it should decrease more. Thunder takes a second. Yeah, there you go. And then I think it's nighttime as well. So if I do time set like 6,000, it would decrease, but that's not what I really wanted. Time set I don't know, 13,000. Yeah, now there's none, but it should say why there's none. I don't know why it doesn't. That's a bit weird. Did it do that at nighttime? Pretty sure it should say no. Okay, but yeah, that's the point. I actually don't know what it does in the desert if it's daytime. Let's do this, and let's go to the desert. I assume this is a desert here. Is it not a desert? That's quite sad. It doesn't rain in Savannah though, does it? Yeah, so I guess that makes sense. So it will still be thundering like that. Which is good. But that's that. And then I also did the Crusher, which was a kind of easy port, but kind of a pain in the ass. So let's get rid of this because it's going to piss me off. Oh. I thought I had it working. Maybe I do not. Item stack in this dot buffer stack dot encode. So what's it saying? Is it saying that it's null? Not invoke because stack is null. That makes sense. And that's also an easy vex. So if stack is null, I just continue. Sure. I should also say or stack is empty. Just so it doesn't try and save an empty stack. Okay, that's good. So if we run that again, that should work now. I didn't have that problem before, so it's good to know. Sooner rather than later. I think this is fine for the model. This is 4 blocks tall, I believe. Which I think is fine. I mean, it's not a great model, of course. But I think the texture would do a lot of the work there. And yes, there are 3 propellers here that just, you know, inside of each other. Oh, that's a good point. I need to do the pivot points. So I need to do the pivot, which you do that with the pivot tool, right? Yeah. So we want the pivot to be in the middle. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll do the pivot for this one. This one. Where's that one? Be there. That's not in the right position, is it? There you go. And then this one should be there. Correct? Yes. Have you done a video on the setup of your ID, like the color scheme? I have not, because I think that's kind of useless. I don't think people want my color scheme, but if you are curious what my color scheme is, it is the Capuchin Frappe theme, which is a plugin, this one. And my icons are the Atom Material icons. So if you do want to use the same stuff as me, then that's what you can use, which is all free. It's nice. But that should be fine for those, I think. Right? Yeah. And then ideally the main would be centered too. Oh, what the hell? Why'd you do that? My god. What is happening? Wait, what? I don't understand. Can I not center the pivot of main without yeeting the pivot of these? Huh. Interesting. If I go pivot, no, the pivot is still in the right place. Okay, I don't know what just happened. The propellers look a bit small. You think so? I don't want to make them too big. I guess they maybe are a little bit small. Okay, I'll make them a little bit bigger. Hopefully this doesn't break the pivot point, but it probably will. I mean, how big should they be? It hasn't broke the pivot, right? So if I rotate these... What the hell? Okay, which one's got the wrong pivot? That one's pivoted. That one needs to be pivoted there. Oh no. No, that's the group. Oh, because I'm not... Oh, no. Okay. But yeah. So that's there, and then that should be... there. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. So if I now rotate them... Okay, yeah. I think that's fine. That doesn't collide with this, does it? No. I mean, is that too big or is that too small? I think that's fine. That's reasonable. Now that's broke the texture though, so let's delete that, and then let's also reset that. Let's delete the texture, and then we'll just regenerate that so we don't have to deal with a stupid missing texture. I will save this as well. So put it in here. And then we'll do the render after this in a second. This is the wind turbine. And then once we've done this in this stream, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do after this. I'm thinking we're just going to do something like an electric furnace, because that's kind of necessary. Unless anyone has any other ideas for fun things we could do. And I will also save the BB model, which it tries to put in ByteBank. This is not ByteBank, this is Industria. So I'm going to create a thing for BB models. Wind turbine. Oh, yes. Thank you, Romeo. I have also done cables. But yeah, I can place this down now. I'll show you this real quick, I guess. So, you know, I put... What is that? What is a heavy core? Is that a vanilla thing? Is this a vanilla thing? What the fuck is this? I have no idea what this is. I've never seen this before. Okay. Anyways. For a mace? Okay, I didn't even know there was a mace. But, you know, I can put shit in here and it crashes. Obviously, if it had power, which would be helpful. I think wind turbine is actually the best power method I currently have. Yeah, like that's kind of overpowered, but that works. And then if I do a chest and a hopper like that, I'm sure I'll put like gravel in there and then emeralds will go in there, which is great. But this was actually a lot of work to do because I can show you why it was a lot of work. No, the wind turbine doesn't have one blade. It looks like there's one blade, but there's actually three. They're just inside of each other. So I don't have to have... I mean, I could make them not inside of each other, but... I think just for the sake of... They should probably start inside of each other. Yeah, I was going to show you why it was pain and suffering to get the crusher to work, wasn't it? So for the crusher, I want there to be like, I want outputs to be potentially optional and also have a random count, right? But there isn't really a way to do that with vanilla. So I decided I'm going to create an output item stack, which is just an item, right? But it also has an int provider for the count and then a float provider for the chance. So I can do something like, where's data gen? No, not that. Recipe provider, here you go. So I can do something like this, right? I can say that, for example, there will be between 2 and 6 gold nuggets with a chance of 100%, and then there will be an optional with 15% chance, a chance between a count between 1 and 3 gold nuggets, right? So I could do something like that. Or for example, cobblestone, you have like a 10% chance to get a flint. Or, you know, stone, you have a 25% chance to get gravel, that kind of thing. And vanilla doesn't really have a way to do that. So I had to take in a int provider and a float provider. But the problem with that is you have to have a codec. So that was fine for this codec, because I could just use the value code. Well, I probably shouldn't use the value codec. But the point is, that's fine for that one. For the packet codec, though, it was a pain in the ass because you can't, there's no packet codec for int or float providers. So I had to create my own packet codecs for all of the providers, which was pain and suffering and took me a long time. But it works now, which is great. And then the other thing is cables. So I added cables, and they don't have a model, so you just have to excuse the fact that they are invisible. But you can see there are cables there. That's not really a very good example because that would already work, wouldn't it? But like if I did this, and then I'll do something to use this up. So like, oops. If I do this, you see it still receives energy. because it's using this to generate it, which is nice. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's everything, right? Is that everything I've done? I believe so. Battery. Oh, I also added a combustion generator. Just very basic. You burn, you know, fuel, coal, for example. I can't quick move stuff, which is still annoying, but that works too, which is good. So that's all of that. Anyways, hello Space US. Welcome to the stream. Is it not too fast? Maybe you can make the speed of upgrades. What do you mean? What is what too fast? This? Oh, no, you mean this. The recipe for this. Yeah, that's just temporary. So that I could test the random chance of outputs. Because I wanted to know if it was actually going to give me like flint when I mine, or when I crush like cobblestone or something. But I didn't want to have to process like a bajillion and wait like an hour, so I just decided to, you know, do it the other way. Okay. Anyways, wind turbine model. Let's do this. So I'm going to put this in the client model, and we'll call this wind turbine model. There we go. I can pretty much close this now, can't I? I've saved the BB model, I saved the Java model, I saved the texture. That's fine. I can close that. Okay, lovely. So. Oh. I forgot to switch it to yarn, didn't I? Okay. Back we go. Let's export Java entity. How do I switch it? Is that in the preferences? Edit session? No. Preferences? How do you change it? I kind of forgot. Oh, project. Probably project, yes. Yarn. There you go. Do you need to flip the y-axis or not? I think you do, don't you? Because otherwise it'll be upside down. Or is it the other way around? Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you don't flip the y-axis. Because I've got to remember this isn't actually for an entity. I think I don't want to flip that. If I am correct. So we'll do that. Okay. Model. Here we go. So, let's rename some things. Wind turbine model. We have lots of complaints here, don't we? Okay, we're just going to extend model. We're going to get rid of this cringe thing. We're going to set the package name. How do you make IntelliJ auto import? Does anyone know how to do that? Import. Auto import. That thing? Auto import. Add unambiguous imports. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So now, hey, look at that. It imports them all for me. Not all of them, of course. Like this one's entity, but that doesn't need to be there. This is also wrong. It doesn't take floats anymore. It just takes an int color. So they should probably update the plugin to fix that. That would be nice. Is this not right? Is then what? Oh yes, this does need to super. It needs to super off render render layer, isn't it? Yeah. What is it? That's out? Or actually, this can be solid. No. Just that one. Is it that one? Or is it the other one? I'm sorry, what the hell is happening here? Why is this not working? Super method reference. What does the super want and what the hell? I think I've imported the wrong model, haven't I? I have. That explains a lot. There you go. Okay, that's also why this wasn't working. Because I imported the wrong model. Okay, lovely. Let's also create a record for the part. So a public record parts. And I'm going to turn Copilot on. Thank you, Copilot. Sure. That'll do. Okay, private final. Sure, it can be private, I guess. Parts. And then all we will do is do that. Let's do this. So let's do model part. Call that main. And then basically just replace all of these. Like that, and like that. And then I can just remove these. And do this dot parts dot main. And then also create a quick getter for the parts. Lovely. And these don't need to be like that. And if I auto format that, what does that do? Ooh, no. No. I would like to have this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess around with formatting that for 20 minutes. Okay. That's all good. That should not be on you. Okay, then we need to... Has this got the layer in it? It has not. So we need a... What is it, chat? It's a... Entity model layer location? Oh, entity model layer. Maybe just that. I think so. Is that right? I think that's actually right. Industria.id, and we'll just call that the wind turbine. There we go. And then this gets the texture model data, that's fine. And then we just register that in the client. So here. And that is wind turbine model, layer location. And I'm going to rename this to create main layer, which I know is kind of the Moj map name, but I don't care. I prefer the Moj map name. Okay, good. Now we can create a renderer. So let's do a wind turbine. It probably should be a wind turbine block entity renderer, which is a kind of long name, but it's fine. And that implements block entity renderer of a type wind turbine block entity. Lovely. Let's render. Okay. So let's bind that first, actually. And wind turbine. Yes. Okay, why is that not importing? Hello? Why is that not importing? Oh, because it doesn't have the constructor. That makes sense. We do need the constructor, so we need a context first of all. There we go. Okay. And speaking of, we should also have a model. So a private final wind turbine model. And this dot model is equal to that. Yes, perfect. And all this needs to do is say this dot model dot render, and this needs the texture location as well. So we can do that. This is a block, so put that in there, and this does not use floats anymore, so that just uses nothing because we don't pass in a color, because that just uses the default color. Lovely. Probably don't need context as a field, but we'll keep it for now. We also do need to actually make this a multi-block, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to have an enum. So we'll have a public static final enum property, and we'll call this wind turbine part. And then we'll create an enum for that. So we'll create a public enum wind turbine part. Yes, but we want. How am I going to name these actually? Would it be better to just have an integer, maybe? I'm wondering, because I've got like this, that here, and then here, and then here. Like these aren't really identifiable pieces, I wouldn't say. And the only one I need to be able to access is the bottom one, because that'll be the actual block entity. Well, they'll all be a block entity, but the bottom one will be... No, I guess they don't all need to be block entities, do they? I guess they don't even need to be block entities. We can literally say if the state, like if it's a specific state, then we provide the block entity, right? I think we can do that. So actually, let's not use an enum. Let's use an integer property, or probably just an int property, isn't it? No? Int property. That is a thing. Okay, I'm going to say. We'll call this the part 0.3. Is that inclusive? Maximum value. Yes. So that'd be 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. So that's fine. We will say that the default will be 0. And then we'll say here to do that, and then we don't need the enum. And then placement state. How are we going to do this? Okay, we also need to open the screen. So we need to figure out the position of the block entity based on this enum as well. Which should be pretty easy, I think. So we can say block pos, block entity pos is equal pos. And then, yeah, basically that. So if we're not the bottom part, so the bottom part would mean that it's already the pos, so we don't change it. Then we just go down by whatever the number is, because obviously the higher the number, the higher up we are. So like 3 would be this top piece. So yeah, that's actually fine. And then all we need to say is the block entity pos. Perfect. Now, when it's placed, we want to place the other ones. So, How are we going to do that? Can we do that in this method, in get placement state? Or do we need another method for that? Let's see, context. What can I get from the context? Can I get the... I can get the world. Okay. So I think we can do it in here then. That's fine. So let's do this. Let's have a block state. Okay, let's say... There isn't like a state that this has, is there? No. So this is only when it's placed by a player, right? I believe. Yeah, that would make sense. So that means that the state here, this is always going to be the 0 state because that's the one we're setting as the default state. So then all we want to do is say for I, basically, so I is equal 1, and then I is less than... We can make this somewhat dynamic, I think, so we can say part dot... that's kind of cringe, isn't it? Okay, we'll not make it dynamic then. We'll say equal... We'll say equal... Yeah, we'll do that. And then basically we're just going to do this. So block pos is equal context.down. No. That's wrong. We're going to do up by I. Hello, Shiro Junior? Is it Shiro or Shiro or I guess it's only Shiro or Shiro. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Right, so what do we want to do? We want to place them. So let's get the world. Let's get world is equal hello. And we're just going to place them. So is there a method that allows you to place, like may place or can place at? Here we go. Oh, there's also on placed. Am I meant to use on placed or get placement state? Probably meant to use on placed, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, we'll use on placed. Does the super do anything? No. Lovely. So that's fine. So then we can just return this in here. That's fine. And I will copy this across to there. I will get rid of that because that's redundant. And then I will say pos.up. Okay. And all we're going to do... Okay, we should check the state though. So if state.get part is not equal 0, then we're just going to return. And then all we'll do is we'll say world.set block state block pos state.with part I. I think that should be it. And then we need to do the same thing for remove, of course, but that'll effectively be kind of reversed. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So then we'll try that. So we'll say remove. It's not remove, is there destroy, break, on break, or after break? That's only when it's destroyed by a player though, right? Or can the player be null? On state replaced. That makes more sense. On state replaced. Super, what does the super do? That's fine. Okay. So we'll say if the part is not 0. Uh-oh, what's happening? What's happening? What have I missed? What have I missed, bro? Uh... Oh. Wait, what? How did you shut down the bot? Wait. How have you done that? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Wait, how have you done that? Okay, chat, you're gonna help me debug this. So... Okay, where is it? So it's in here. Shut down. No, but it uses it doesn't owner check. I don't understand. Unless this owner check is wrong. Wait. It maps to say the ID is equal. Right, so this isn't optional, right? So it's restart 2? So if the only ID is not the author ID, it should just be false. And then it should return. So how? How is this possible? Am I being stupid? Because this does the same thing, right? I'm pretty sure this hasn't worked before. What does speak do? Because speak doesn't... Speak works. I'm pretty sure you can't speak. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone can't speak. This makes more sense. Why didn't I just do this? Yeah, I should do that. Okay. I'm gonna fix this real quick. And then we'll get back to modding. Because this should be a trivial fix anyways. So we'll do that. And then we'll do that. Restart here. I could probably just remove these commands, to be honest, because they don't actually do anything. Or like, they do something, but I don't use them. So, is that all of them? I think so. And then I remove speak. I'm confused how... Okay, whatever, man. That's it, isn't it? So I will push that, and then we can get back to Minecraft modding. Gotta love that you guys have to break shit when I'm streaming. Wait, who's the person that did it? It's Mickey. Okay. Oh, and Lone Wolf. You both did. Okay, great. It's fine. I'm pushing. No. That's fine. That's fine, isn't it? Okay, we're quickly gonna restart this as well. Okay, great. I love that you guys have to break shit when I'm streaming. It's always when I'm streaming. Well, it's not always when I'm streaming, but couldn't you guys have like tested this afterwards, or yeah, afterwards would have been ideal, I guess, not before, because that would be annoying. That's going to take ages, so we can continue. Okay, where were we, chat? We were doing on state replaced. So if so how do we do this? So if we're not the bottom part, then we want to just do a for loop from the top, or let's do for I is equals 0, I is less than or equal to 3, then we just want to do world dot set block state. This probably isn't ideal actually, but we'll break it, and we'll break it at pause. No, first of all we need to actually find the 0 block. So let's do block pause. Block pause. If it's not 0, then we go down until we find the 0. And then we can just say block pause to up I, and we're going to drop false. And I think that should actually be it. Has this image pushed yet? No. Post setup is taking forever. Lovely. Great. And that'll break all the blocks, and then yeah, that should be fine. This is going to be recursive though, isn't it? Or it's going to run. Oh, can you not see? You might not be able to see. I forgot it gets dark very quickly. Okay, I'm going to turn my lights on. And I'm going to close my window. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm also going to turn my fan on because I don't think you'll be able to hear it now because of, and it's also bloody hot. I hope you can't hear that. You cannot. You can probably hear it when I'm talking, but that's fine. I don't mind that too much. Okay, but now you can see me. Isn't that lovely? Right. Where were we? Oh, you actually can't hear the fan noises when I'm talking? Huh. Interesting. I'm pretty sure you would be able to. Actually, what I'm going to do here, because I don't think this is ideal. If we're not the 0 state... Oh, wait, this won't work. We need to do this. Oh, no, that's fine. Never mind. Hello, didn't follow. Why did you switch to Fabric? I switched to Fabric because basically Forge is dead. And because of that, one second, I need to restart the bot. Is this gonna... Okay, that's fine. I thought I was about to leak my VPS password. That would not be good. Let's just do this real quick. That should restart any second now. Yeah, that's restarted. Okay, good. So basically, Forge died because NeoForge, basically the developers of Forge, or most of the developers of Forge, took over Forge. So Forge is now, it's not technically dead. Lex is still developing it, and he still had some other people developing it too. But it's effectively dead. And I don't agree with NeoForge, personally. Just for numerous reasons, which I'm not going to get into. And also, Fabric is just, like, good. As stupid as it sounds, Fabric is just good. I would say in a lot of ways it is easier as well. Like, I don't really know how to explain how it's easier, but it just kind of is easier. And yeah, basically what Shiro is saying as well, you know, there's less tech debt because it's newer. And yeah, they update faster because, well, because it's more lightweight, basically. So you don't have like a shit ton of bloat. You know, you don't have these systems that have been there for, you know, however long, which is pretty good. But yeah, I like it. I like it. And I was kind of concerned that stuff like a tech mod, right, what I'm doing, I was concerned that this would be, like, impossible. Well, not impossible, but I thought it would be really hard in Fabric. It turns out it's actually easier in Fabric. Like, if you look at, for example, if I look at this, right, this is a thermal generator, right? So it has energy, it has an inventory, and it has a fluid storage. This is 200 lines of code. Most of those are just getters. But you can see the tick logic as well. It's just, like, this is simple. It's actually kind of crazy. In Forge, I don't even want to know. I feel like in Forge, this would be a lot more lines of code. Maybe I was just bad when I did Forge, but I'm pretty sure this would be a lot more lines of code. Granted, I am using a wrapper for the storages. So, like, if I go into, like, the inventory storage, for example, there is a fair amount more code here. Once again, granted, I'm not using, like, half of it. Like fluid storage. Well, I'm not using actually a lot of this stuff that I have in here. But it's really not that many lines of code anyways. There are still good mods in Forge though, such as Alex's mod. Why wouldn't they make it in Fabric in the first place? Yeah, I mean, that's basically what Shiro said. They're older. Right, so they were probably developed in Forge because Fabric didn't come around. Fabric was starting to be developed in 1.1.13 because Forge was like really slow with updates because, you know, Mojang decided to rewrite the entire game. Lovely. So Forge was really slow with updates, and also they weren't happy with, you know, Lex because he seems to be the problem all the time. So most developers started with Forge. Alex's Mobs is a massive mod, right? Like, there's a lot of code there. So even if they wanted to, like, port to Fabric, that would be a lot of work. I'm just real quick gonna check if my fix to the bot has actually worked. And that, you know, there is no chaos happening. Okay, There appears to be no chaos. That's good. Good to know. If anyone wants to join the Discord, by the way, link is in the description. And there is chaos happening sometimes. Specifically when I'm streaming for some reason. But yeah, that's basically why. I mean, some mods will probably start porting. If they don't, a lot of people will just make ports for them, you know? Which is always good fun. Anyways, how do we do this? So, my idea is that we actually just break the 0 block, right? So if we're not the 0 block, then we just break the 0 block, because then that will trigger this method again, which will then go through and break all the rest. So I think if I actually do like that, for example, and then I say world.breakBlock, block pos false, and then if I just return, what this should do... See, it's not ideal though, is it? I actually don't like this. Okay, what I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. To avoid it trying to break twice, because potentially that could cause issues. So, this will find the bottom block, right? And then it'll start from that bottom block and it'll go up. So if I go block, state, and get the state at that position, at pos, state. And if I say if state.is of this, then I break the block. At pos state, my bad. Let's also do block pos 1, sure. So that way it will go to the bottom, it will break the bottom block, and then it will start going up. So that way, and then it won't break the block if it's not a wind turbine block. So that means that if another block was placed, you know, in place of it, then it's not going to destroy that. So that should work, I believe. Oh, this won't work. This won't break the bottom block. We should do 0. There we go. So that should work. Am I missing anything? Does anyone know if I'm missing anything? Oh, get outline shape. Ah. Okay. Let's go Blockbench. Oh, I already had Blockbench open. I'm an idiot. Okay. So I'm thinking we actually go ahead and export the voxel shape. There we go. And we're going to want yarn. And I'm just going to put this somewhere. I'm going to put it there. Hopefully that's fine. That should be here. Reload from disk. There it is. Okay, so if I just use this and I plonk it in here. Where shall I put it? So the shape is here, so I'll put it there. Sure. Well, let's make that static as well. And I'd prefer to call it create shape, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to create that up here. So I'm going to do shape is equal create shape. Okay. Create shape. So that will create our voxel shape like that. And I think you can do simplify. There you go. So the idea is, what this will do is it's going to actually return the same shape, but it's going to offset it down by 1 block. I don't entirely know how you do that though. So I don't know if I can just offset. Did get part at 0 is equals 0. No, we just want offset by 0. Then state.getPart times 0.25. No. Surely it's going to be just shape.getPart. Is it not? We'll try it. There's only one way to find out. I should probably pre-compute that though, actually, shouldn't I? I should. Let's pre-compute that. Let's do private static final map of, or a list of voxel shape, and we'll call this the shapes. What does that do? That's not a thing. Why are you lying to me? We'll just make that a new array list. And then what I'll do is for I, we'll call that part is equal 0, part is less than or equal to 3. And then we're just going to add an offset like that. And then what I can do is in here, I can just say shapes, and I'm going to get at the part. And ideally that should work. In fact, I can even, you know what I can do? I can even get rid of that. I can do this. So I can say voxel shape is equal create shape. Because there's no need to cache that realistically. So that will create those. That should be good. Okay, and use should work in theory. So if we're not the 0, then we just go down by the part. That should be good. Okay. I'm probably missing something. I'm missing this. So if the state.getPart is not is equal to 0, then we'll do this, or we'll give it null. And I can basically do the same here as well. So state.getPart is equal to 0, then this, or null. Perfect. So that should be good. This is a horizontal block, isn't it? So that also means we probably want to rotate the voxel shape as well. Okay. Let's also do that. Just clean that up. There you go. Yeah, we're going to want to rotate the voxel shape then, depending on the direction. So we can actually make this a map of a direction to a list of voxel shapes, which will be a new hash map. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the code from the solar panel, I believe. And I'm going to use this, which is some lovely code I got a long time ago, to automatically rotate the voxel shapes, which is very good. So yeah, I just want to return a map of direction to voxel shape. And then we've got a map of shapes, which is the shapes. Shapes.put return shapes. There we go. And then basically what I can say is I can say I can get the, yeah, this basically. So I can get from the map the direction, which will get me a list of parts, and then using that I can get by the index the actual part, the voxel shape for each part. So what I can do here is I can say map of direction to a voxel shape, which is the directional shapes is going to be that. So run shape calculation. That just takes in a voxel shape. That's fine. And then I can say directional shapes. I can say No, I can just do this up here, can't I? And then I can have the same thing I had in here. Okay, Copilot is confusing me. Copilot, go away. You're confusing me. So we have the shapes right there. So then we want to say, we want to go through each direction, right? So we want to do direction dot values dot for. So for direction in directions. And then for each direction, we're going to create a list of voxel shape, which will be the part shapes. It's equal a new array list. Wait, no. Wait, no. No. Okay. Yes, but no. This for loop shouldn't be here, so we're just going to do each direction. For each direction, we're going to grab the voxel shape. So we're going to say voxel shape. We're going to grab the, voxel shape. So the voxel shape. We'll call this the directional shape. Is equal directional shapes dot get direction. Then what we want to do is we want to go through each of the parts, and we want to say shapes dot put, or we can compute if absent. So compute if absent the direction, so direction to a direction, which will give it a new array list. And then we can add the directional shape dot offset 0 part 0. Is that right? No, this needs to be the direction. I think that's right. This is a little bit confusing. Okay, let's go through this. So we're creating the shape, right, which will be the shape of the whole thing, right? So the whole multi-block will be this shape here. Then we're going through that, we're basically going through each direction, right? And we're creating a rotated voxel shape of the whole thing, right? Then we're going to go through each direction again, and we're going to grab that voxel shape that it's rotated, and then for each of the parts, right? So the bottom, the up, it will add this voxel shape, but offset depending on the part. I think that's correct. I'm not actually sure if this offset is going to be right. I think if anything's wrong here, the offset is going to be wrong. Because if we're on... No, so this actually needs to be negative part. Because let's say that we are on the bottom. It's not going to offset it at all. But let's say that we are on 1. This would offset it up by 1. But the bottom would now be the bottom of the voxel shape. So we actually want to go down by negative part, I believe. So the block entity will depend on the part. There will be no block entity if it's not at the bottom. There will be no ticking if it's not at the bottom. When we use it, we're going to find the bottom and then open the bottom screen. The shape is going to depend on the direction, so the facing, direction, and the part. And then those are just static methods to create the shape. And then, yeah, this will rotate it, that's fine. On placed, if it's not the bottom part, we're just going to ignore it. And then we're going to place the rest of the parts. If it's removed, then if it's not the bottom part, we're going to find the bottom part. And then we're going to go up from the bottom. If it is a wind turbine block, we're just going to destroy it. And then we add the properties. I think that's everything. Unless I'm missing something. If you guys can think of something else, then let me know. But I believe that should be everything. The thing that's going to fuck up the most is going to be the block states and stuff. But we don't need to worry about that because we're going to have a custom renderer. Which we already have, right? Yeah, we created that, didn't we? So what this should do, this should only render the bottom one, because only the bottom one has a block entity. So only the bottom one will have a block entity renderer. And what we do need to say, though, is that the render type is going to be block render type.invisible. That way it won't try and render a model. Should we try it, chat? Do we think this will work? I'm actually not sure, honestly. But there's only one way to find out. What I will do... No, I don't need to do that, do I? If the chat is delayed, by the way, you should be able to just refresh the page. And it should kind of come back to where it needs to be. What I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to check that I haven't done a model for this. I haven't. That's good. So that won't cause us an issue. So I don't need to run data gen. I'm just going to run debug mode. Do we think this will work? Do you guys think this will work? I'm genuinely not sure. I believe it might work. I'm like somewhat confident it will work. I'm not completely confident though. But if it works first try, we can be happy. So, okay, I'm already seeing errors. But this is probably going to be other things. I thought I saw an exception thrown though. There's so many states for the cables. Holy moly, there's so many states for the cables. Jesus. Okay, it's locked up though. So I think there is actually a problem. So actually been an exception, which I thought I saw an exception, but I wasn't sure what it said. Failed to create model for wind turbine. Caused by failed to create model. Well, that's not very helpful, is it? Not find part propellers. Yeah, that's wrong. I don't... Why are you doing that? That's just frankly wrong. Yeah, redstone will probably be about the same. It's probably... Well... Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It might be about the same. Except this also goes up and down, so... It's probably more like, it's about the same as a chorus fruit. Not chorus fruit, the chorus stem block. Because that's basically a cable. Okay. So the model renders, and the voxel shape appears to be correct. Let's actually just place it down though, because that's obviously not going to have the other parts. Oh, the voxel shape actually works all the way. That's nice. So if I click the top, look at that. I can click the top, I can click the middle, and if I break it, it breaks the whole thing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So it's not rendering in the right place, which is interesting. But that should be trivial to fix. And I'm actually more surprised that it's not rendering upside down, so... So we're just gonna do matrices.push. And then I think we just need to translate by like... Is that just like 0.5? No, that's like 1.5 or something. No, that's actually a really weird value. Is that like 1.75? Oh, 1 second. I will do this. Hey! Now you can see. So if I translate, I'm thinking we're going to go 1.5, 0, 1.5 again, and we'll just see where that puts it. Oh, I forgot to pop. Yeah, I forgot to pop. Did you make it a multi-block, or is it a single block with a big... But what do you mean? I just showed... We just spent the last 20 minutes doing that. No, it's multiple blocks. So it's a single... So each block is basically a different state with a different property. So each yeah, so each one will have a part, basically. So they're different blocks. Yeah. And they just share the same... So the voxel shape is calculated depending on the part. That's worse. I've somehow made that worse. In that case, it must be like 0.5, I guess. Let's try this. So positive, I mean. Like that. And I'll put it over here so I can actually see. There you go. Boom. Boom, chat. That's it. Obviously we can't like select the propeller because that's outside of the voxel shape. But that's not an issue. Yes, thank you, Wide. It should spin. That's the next step. Ideally, it should be trivial, actually. So, we're going to grab the propellers. So let's grab each propeller part, right? How do we want to do this, actually? Can I just say this.model.parts dot propeller 0, and let's do... What's it going to be? Is it roll plus equals 0.1? Let's just see what that does. Okay. So then if I just do that for propeller 1 dot roll plus equals 0.1, and this dot model part dot propeller 2 dot roll plus equals 0.1. So obviously one of them, yeah, they're now in sync, which is, you know, not ideal. So then we do that and do that. That's obviously not ideal. It should probably be like what I should do is I should say this dot model dot I'm actually going to turn Copilot back on because it might be able to figure this out, what I'm actually trying to do. Let's do 45. I don't know if that's actually going to do exactly what I want it to do, though. No, I was kind of hoping it would stay offset, but that does not work. How can I have it be an offset? So if I do like 45... Um, 45 plus, like... I can't just do this, can I? This won't work, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's not quite what I wanted. So I need to like start it at certain angles, right? And I'm wondering if I should just do that in Blockbench. So like if I do this and then I rotate it, 235, is that right? And what is it? 125, is that right? Are those the right angles? I believe so. When will be the next time you'll be streaming? I'd like to make a mod myself. I already have everything needed, but I have issues using the app. Using what app? Using IntelliJ or using Blockbench? I mean, I have tutorials on all these things. So if you are curious, I would recommend that you check those out. And those should basically tell you how to set everything up. Oops. I just overwrit the I just overwrote the model file. No. I didn't quite mean to do that. I wanted to save it as a copy. But that's actually kind of annoying because that means we have to set up the parts again. That's very annoying, actually. I really didn't mean to do that. It's fine. But yeah, I recommend you check out the tutorials, basically, is what I would say. Because that will tell you everything you need to know. Render this dot parts dot main dot render, and then this also doesn't take in these anymore. It just takes in an int color. Int color. I probably could have just clicked undo, couldn't I? But oh well. God. Okay. Hate that. Hate that. That's not main. Yeah, that's gonna complain for a second. Okay. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. If I do this right, then we will actually still be able to even hot swap this if I do it right. But it has to be exactly the same. So we're gonna try. So what is this? This is a model part. So we'll go model part main like that. We'll do this, 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 and this. And this needs to be main and propellers. And then we're just going to say this.parts is equal that, and then we're going to create a record. Please, public record parts. Like that. And we need to create the, what am I missing? That makes sense. Yes, good night. If you need any assistance, then you can join the Discord server, which is linked in the description, and there will probably be someone there to help you. That's what I would say the best place to get help is, probably. So yeah. Okay. I think this will be fine, actually. I don't think we're going to have any problems here. Okay. So if I hot swap that, does that work? It does, so that means I haven't messed anything up. So what we can do now, we can actually get rid of that because that's useless. And we can get rid of this because that's dumb. And that's obviously not going to work. Okay, and obviously this won't just be 0.1 to be clear. We're gonna change this depending on how much it's producing. Let's say, how are we going to do this? Do we have to? Isn't there a way to do it? Can we just F3 and T? Will that reload the model? It will. Look at that. Look at that, chat. We should really fix the voxel shape though, shouldn't we? Do you think we can do that in the code? It's going to be the 3 that are duplicated, so probably these ones. Because those are all exactly the same, right? So if I just do that, the problem is these are cached, so that's kind of the problem with having a cache. It would be nice if possibly we could reload this when we do F3 and T. That'd be very cool, actually. Maybe I'll do that in the future. I'll make like a, I don't know, maybe a library for it or something, because that would be quite nice. But okay, so we actually are going to have to restart for that. So, oh, what did I just do? I don't know. Hopefully this will work. So what this should mean is that we don't have that weird voxel shape. It would be nice if we could like have the voxel shape and it actually rotated with the propellers. I think Mechanism does that. But that means we have to actually render the voxel shape ourselves. So we'll like manually be drawing the lines, which I don't really want to do because it's a little bit complicated. But hopefully this should work. So yeah, we don't have that weird voxel. Whoa! We don't have that weird voxel shape now. Okay, let's try and make this actually depend on the output, shall we? So basically, we're going to want to get this percentage, right? This wind capture percentage. And the way I calculate that in the screen is I actually grab it from the menu. So yeah. So this is basically what I do. So I'm just gonna actually copy this. And I'm just gonna plonk it in here. And in fact, I should probably just move this into no. Kind of cringe. Okay, we'll put it in here. And we'll just pass in a block entity. So block entity, wind turbine block entity, which is the block entity. And then we'll do the same thing in here and pass that in there. This means we're going to have to restart, by the way. But we'll say float rotation. What? What? What are you yapping about? No idea. Okay. This isn't what we want. We want to say float percent. So float. What do I want to call this? Like output percentage is equal to that. And then basically we do 0.1 times output percentage, I believe. We give that a go. We'll just restart again, and we can close Blockbench now as well. In theory, that should work. It might be a bit fast, because that's saying basically we're going to do 45 yeah, this would be, because if the percentage is like, oh no, I guess not. Wait, this might actually make it go slower. This might actually make it go slower. This is probably going to make it go slower, depending on that. So let's try it. So that's at 41%. So can we find the one in the ocean, or are we going to have to... Okay, I'll just create one over the ocean. Set block. And wind turbine. Oh no, that actually does go faster, depending on the percent. Okay, that's good. Do the propeller blades not clip in the middle? Yes, they do, but you can't see because it's the same color. So when I have a texture, that might be a problem. But yeah, I want to make this go faster. I want it to go faster. You do that. So that's at 79%. That's not too fast, right? You know what I would love? I really would love to do? If you like walk into the blades, I want it to kill you. I think that'd be kind of funny. That'd be kind of funny. But anyways. You could have a small cube in front to cover it. Yeah. Or I could make basically each propeller like slightly offset by like 0.001. That would work too. Yeah. It might be easier to actually just have like a simple cube in the front. Like if I go back to Blockbench. I could literally actually change the model for this. I could basically duplicate this here. Basically having that. I mean, that would be fine. But like, oh look, if I just wanted that, I could just do that. But that feels kind of janky. I'm not... I don't know. Is that actually better? Maybe that's actually a good idea, you know? We'll do that another time. I'm not too fussed because... yeah, it's not a problem. Does it work with heights? So if it's higher, yes. So if it's higher, it generates more energy. If it's in a ocean or if it's in a mountains, then it generates 50% more energy. And if it's in hills, then it generates 25% more energy. That's basically how it works. So I think that's decent. I mean, that's basically everything I wanted to do in this stream. How long have we spent doing that? We have spent a solid almost 2 hours doing that. I guess that's actually quite a lot. We've made it a multi-block. Like, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that, actually. That's good. That's actually, yeah, that's good. That's good for timing as well. That's pretty good. Okay. What time is it? It's 9 PM. Okay. In that case, we don't have to end here. Not today. So we can keep going. So, what's next? So I would consider that quote unquote done. Obviously, touch ups with texture, model, whatever. But in terms of like what we're doing in a stream, that's done. Let me just do that. There you go. Okay. Yes, that's a good point. Thank you for reminding me, because I probably would have forgot to do that. We are going to commit it, yes. Oh, I also fixed an issue with the crusher. Let me commit that first. So fix crash with crusher. I'll keep that one in there too, sure. So let's commit that, and then let's say make wind turbine a multi-block. Well, that's kind of what we did, I guess. Sure. And then we will push that. Nice. Okay. So I can't. I'm kind of hyped to do more multi-blocks now. We could do more multi-blocks. Will this mod include the store? No. So basically, my idea is, right, this mod will basically be a requirement for the storage mod. So it will basically, like, it's going to generate energy, right? It's going to allow you to get materials, so like, lithium for lithium ion cells, or plastic for PCBs, those kind of things. So I think that's the idea, and so I'm basically just going to build up this mod and get it somewhere, and then we'll go back to the storage mod, because I think doing this first just makes more sense to have, the base for the storage mod. That's my idea, which I think is more reasonable to do first. Thank you for the suggestion, Wide, but I am not going to be doing nuclear. not yet, at least. To be honest, that's not something I even want to put on the roadmap, because if I did that, then I think I would be going a little bit too broad on the scope, and I think we're not close enough to be able to do that yet. I think it'd be fun to do nuclear, but it's out of scope for the moment, for the foreseeable future. So we've got to do something else. I think what I wanted to do last time is I wanted to do an electrolyzer, right? So you can split water and obviously other things. The problem with that is it will require me to add gases. And I've kind of never known how to add gases. Like, how do you add gases, The answer is I don't know. And that would also require me to basically... what would be pretty cool, I guess, is if I made like a gas API, like Reborn Energy, right? Like Tech Reborn Energy. That'd be pretty cool. I think you handle them the same as fluids, I guess, but that also means it has to be a fluid in the world, right? Which I don't think is really ideal. I know Mechanism, for example. Mechanism handles gases as a completely different registry. Like, they have a custom registry for gases, so they work completely separate, which is why they're also not, compatible with shit. We could just do an electric furnace, but that's kind of boring. What do you guys think? We could do that. Or... yeah, gas is, Yeah. I'm kind of tempted to do gases. The thing is, if I add gases, I kind of want them to exist in the world, which I think is actually a bad idea, and I probably shouldn't want to do that. So maybe I think we'll hold off on gases for a little bit. Something I would like to do is oil. And more specifically, like what do you call it? Like an oil pump, you know? Like the big machine things that go like do 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 do, you know? I don't know how to explain. 1 second, I will find an image. Sure, that'll do. No, where'd it go? Okay, I'm clicking on an image and it just doesn't take me to the image. I love that. These. Like having a big oil pump. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, fractional distillation, we could do that too. So you like pump up the oil, right? And then maybe you can put it through a fractional, you know, distillation thing. Isn't it called a pump jack? I don't know. I searched oil pump on Google and this came up, so I think it's just called a... Oh no. Oh yeah, apparently it's called a pump jack. But I think it's also called an oil pump. I don't know. But yeah, these. Yeah, yes, that is the shit on GTA. We could do that. I don't know. I want to do something with multi-blocks because I think that's kind of fun. The other option is like, I don't know. I mean, the problem is I kind of want to do nuclear now, thanks to you, Wide. You've kind of tempted me, but I know it's a bad idea, so we're not going to do it. Okay. Okay, I'm making the executive decision since you guys can't decide. We're gonna do an oil pump. Combustion generator as a multi-block? I guess. I mean, that'll be okay, but I'm not sure that's a great idea, to be honest. I just think that if you're building something like a combustion generator, you're probably not going to need it to scale up, you know? Because at that point, you're going to start getting started with, like, better generation, you know? I think we should do an oil pump. The problem is that means we're going to have to register a fluid. We're going to have to register oil as a fluid. And I don't know how to register fluids. I'll be real with you. I have no idea how you do that in Fabric. So maybe it's time to learn. So I'm going to put the wiki, trusted wiki, on my side. And we're going to figure it out. And let me just bring chat up because I keep accidentally closing it. Let's ban that guy. Ban that guy. Ban. And delete message. Okay. I'll just follow the wiki. It's fine. So let's go init and let's create a new fluid init, I assume. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we need to register two fluids. We need to register a still fluid and then a flowing fluid. And then we need to register a bucket. And we need to register a fluid block as well. And then we also need to register the rendering thing, the like texture locations. And we need to also do the attributes as well, the fluid attributes. So I'm going to create a new package for fluid, and I'm also going to create the load method in here real quick. So public static void, I think I should call it init. Is that right? Not that. Yes. So we'll do fluid. Do you have to do them in a specific order, I wonder? Probably, but we'll look at that in a minute. Okay. So vanilla fluids extend flowable fluid. Do we need to extend flowable fluid? But then they have a class that extends flowable fluid, but then they also have a class that extends their extension. I don't really understand why. Seems kind of silly. We're not going to do that. So we're going to create a oil fluid. Specifically crude oil, I guess. So we'll call it crude oil. And we're going to extend flowable fluid. Okay. And we're going to implement the methods. Okay. And then in still, we're going to in flowing, we're going to register fluid init dot crude oil flowing. And then in here, we're going to register crude oil. Sure. Is infinite false? Before breaking block, what do we do in here? I'm just going to copy what the wiki does. All it does is that. So sure, we'll do that. Get max flow distance. Okay, so that's like how far it should flow, right? Why doesn't the wiki have that method? It's kind of goofy. Okay, how far should it be able to flow? I'm gonna say like 5 blocks. Get level decrease per block. We'll just say 1. Yeah, the wiki's probably outdated. It probably is, but that's fine. Level decrease per block. Oh, I should probably set that to 2. Lava apparently has that set to 2. Okay, get bucket item. Do I just return the bucket item? So we'll do that. And then can be replaced with so apparently lava returns true if its fluid state is above a certain height and the fluid is water. So I guess oil shouldn't be able to be replaced with anything, so false. Get tick rate. So water returns 5 and lava returns 30 in the overworld and 10 in the nether. So what does this actually do though? It's obviously not the speed that it moves, right? Or maybe it is. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do, it's the speed? So the lower the number, the higher the number, the slower the speed? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Duh. Yeah. That makes sense. I didn't even... Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna say like 45. Get blast resistance. Water and lava both return 100, apparently. I'm gonna return 120 because fuck you. And then 2 block states will return fluid init dot crude oil block dot get default state dot with properties dot level 15, sure, and then that. Okay, good. Is steel? Oh, it is steel? What? No, is still. I assume this needs to be abstract, does it? Yes. So this needs to be abstract like that, and then we don't extend is still. And we also no, we don't override is still, and we also don't override get level. Okay. And why is it moaning? Oh, because duh. Right. So then we have a public static class, which is the flowing is still. We also have append properties, which will add the level. And then we do get level, which gets that. Okay. And then we have public static class still get level is 8 is still true. Okay, good, perfect. So let's go into our fluid init. Okay, I'm going to create a method to register a fluid. So public static t extends fluid t register string name t fluid. Return registry, not that one, dot register registries dot fluid industria dot id, which will take in the name and then the fluid. Perfect. These can go away, thank you. Okay, so first one I want the still fluid, so we'll go public static final crude oil fluid dot still, which would be the crude oil and then the flowing. Okay, then we want the bucket, so we'll go bucket item crude oil bucket will be item.register bucket item, and this needs to be item dot settings, new bucket item dot settings. Does it have a custom settings class, or is that IntelliJ going crazy? Nope, that's IntelliJ going crazy. Okay. Good to know. So that takes in the fluid and then the settings. So these settings actually aren't set to anything, like by default. So I need to actually say that it has a max count of 1. I believe. Okay, good. Let's do that, that, and that. Okay. Do we actually have to add it to the fluid tags? That's kind of annoying. I guess that's a benefit of Forge, because you don't have to do that anymore. Ah well. Okay, so we need to add it to the lava tag, I guess. So we'll go... Yeah. It says, to make a custom fluid behave more like water or lava, you must add it to the corresponding fluid tag. For water, make a data Minecraft tags water fluid JSON and write the identifiers of your fluid. Which I think is how you do like physics for the fluid. I'll do it later. We'll see what it does if I don't do it. It might be fine, but the wiki says I need to do it, so it could just be that the wiki's outdated, but we'll see. So crude oil block is blocking into register crude oil, and we will go what is it, block dot, what's the abstract block? God, I almost completely forgot what the class was called. Abstract block dot settings dot copy blocking it dot not blocking it, god damn it, blocks dot water. Well, I guess lava, sure. No, well, water, sure. There you go. Okay. So, I think that's everything. We do just need to do rendering though, apparently, and also there's an error in here? No, there's not. Okay. So let's go client. Here we go. And we need to register the fluids. So we need to say register fluid renderers, and we need to say fluid render handler registry dot instance dot register fluid init, and that needs to be crude oil, and then fluid init dot crude oil flowing. A new simple fluid render handler like this. But another one? Get out of here. I suggest you make a class like fluid deferred register to handle. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, to be honest, like I did in 120 for my 120 tutorial. I think I did that because yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on here, so I probably will do that. You probably want to register the fluid properties. Yes, that is a good point, because the wiki doesn't mention that, does it? yeah, the wiki doesn't even mention it, so I will want to do that too, yes. You need to register the textures? Really? That's weird. Okay. Register textures. Client. Sprite. Huh? Maybe that's outdated. That must be outdated, right? Because the wiki says I need to register the textures, but I'm guessing it must just be outdated. So, when did you do a face reveal? I did a face reveal. Let's see, it was quite a while ago actually. You go on my live streams and you go back to maybe, see if I can find it. This one? Do that, oops. Okay, I face revealed in, no, I showed my face in that one. Doesn't necessarily mean I face revealed in that one. I didn't in that one. Okay, I believe it was, it might actually be an unlisted stream that I did it in. Do that, oops. But it was this one. Well, this is the oldest one that I can find anyways. So this was a year ago, apparently. 19th of July. Kind of interesting, I guess. Yeah, I just turned my camera on off like halfway through because it was too dark. No, it wasn't accidental. I chose to. I figured, why not? So I just did it. Yeah, I had no light in that stream. I actually didn't, I think, for the first few streams. Now I do have a I can't, well, can I show you it? No, I can't, but I do have a ring light now. Not that I use it because it hurts my eyes, but yeah. It's pretty good, it's a good light, it just hurts my eyes, so I don't use that. But yeah. Now I just have, you know, the lights on. No, I don't look into the light. I don't look into it. It's on this monitor, the one that the chat is on, basically. So I don't really look at it. Well, like I'm not spending most of the time looking at it, is what I mean. I do look at chat, I promise. Is that it? That's it, right? Oh, it also needs a color? No, it doesn't need a color. Unless there is an overlay for a color. There's a, no, an overload. God damn, I can't even speak. An overload. But yeah, anyways, that's that. And we also need to add it to the render layers, apparently. So, add to render layer map. Block render layer map. Water? No. Why is it trying to put water in there? Put fluids. And we're going to say render type dot translucent. Oh, is it render? Oh, it's render layer. Ah. That's always going to get me. Get translucent, and then we're going to say those. Okay, so how do we do the fluid properties then? I assume that is going to be in our common init. I will do the... I should really add comments here. Let's do registries. Let's do item lookup. Then this is payloads, and this is packets. And then I will do it down here, and I will say the fluid properties. Do you find that Mojang's official mapping suck? I used it on Forge and dislike it. I like Mojang, but the thing is with Fabric is that most people use Yarn. So if I don't use Yarn, it just becomes an inconvenience for everyone else, you know, because most people do use Yarn. So it's like I'm kind of forced to use Yarn, which I don't mind Yarn, to be honest. I mean, I prefer Mojang, but I don't mind Yarn. It's not that different, and I'm already kind of learning the names of things, so yeah, I would say it's mostly personal preference. And most people prefer Mojang, which is obviously why it's more popular. But Yarn is kind of the default for Fabric, so that's what I'm going to use. It's fluid variant attributes. Thank you. Fluid variant attributes. Got register. Here we go. Can I not register it for like multiple fluids though? So I can register for a fluid, or do I need to actually create the attributes, I guess? So if I do like a fluid variant attributes handler, attribute handler is equal to a new fluid. Is there a builder by any chance? No? That's a shame. It's an interface. Implementations? There is not. That's unfortunate. So do I need to do this, I guess? Fluid init dot crude oil, and then also do the not that. Oh god damn. Register fluid init dot crude oil flowing. So I need to register it for both of them, I guess. And let's call this crude oil attributes. Okay, and then I just override things, I guess, don't I? So the name, that's fine. The fill sound. Those are fine, I think. Luminance, that's fine. Temperature. I mean, I'm guessing it's just the same as water, right? Like oil isn't going to be a different temperature to water, is it? So that's fine. Viscosity, here we go. So it should be 200 times the flow speed. 1000 for water, 2000 for lava in the Nether, and then 6000 for lava in other dimensions. Okay, so is this just an arbitrary value? I guess it's just arbitrary. So if 6000 is lava, I'm gonna say, oh no, don't do that. Wait, how do you actually do this? Oh right, I see. So if 6000 is lava, I'm gonna say 7500. And then is lighter than air. That's just false by default. Okay. Mojang's mappings have no parameter names. Yeah, that's true. That's why you meant to use Parchment, because Parchment has the parameter names. Wait, so this is kind of a waste of time for me. Because I don't need any of these. The only one is the viscosity, which I doubt is even used by any mod ever. So, that's good to know. Okay. So the only thing we need now is the textures. And we also need a block state, right? So I don't actually know how you do the block state. I'm hoping that if I go into the data gen, maybe there will just be a method to do that for me. Fluid? No. There is not. Register liquid? Fluid? Water? Lava? Level? Register there isn't, is there? Okay. Let's go here. Water. And let's find usages. Not in there. In there. Sure. Data client, here we go. Register. Oh, do we have to... How do we do cauldrons? We can't do cauldrons though, can we? Apparently it just uses register simple state. So, that's good to know. Crude oil. Is it the block? Yes, the block. I think create maybe uses viscosity for fluid pipes. I have no idea. I don't know anything about create. So I could not confirm or deny. Okay. What about the... Oh, right, that will register the model for us, right? I believe. So the final thing is just the texture, which it might be our lucky day. Thank you, Windows, for putting that on the wrong monitor. It's a good job. There's nothing that doxes me on the recent. Good to know. That could have been bad. So I think I have... Here we go. Fluids. I'm kind of hoping that one of the unused texture things is for oil. I don't think so. But I can look at them as like large icons. Okay. Strange gray. Let's open this. No, that looks like salt sand. That's not oil. Come on, you'd think people would have oil, right? There's like a... I guess that kind of looks like oil. I know, not quite, but maybe like this one. Sure, that'll do. That'll do. I do realize though that that's not flowing. None of these are flowing. Wait, none of these have flowing variants, bro. That's kind of crazy. What's the other unused texture repos called? Does anyone know? Minecraft. See if I can find them. Unused texture repo. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I think I found them. I found them. So. Now I just have to look through and see if any of these happen to have oil, you know? That would be great. I think it's unlikely. Yeah, we're out of luck. I think we're out of luck. I'm just gonna quickly have a look in here. Nope. Minecraft had a no, these are like so basically there's a texture repo for unused textures by like a pixel artist, I guess. And basically they've created like hundreds of textures that anyone can use for free. I'll give a link to you if you want it. It's pretty good. There's a lot of stuff on there. And they're all free to use. But yeah, it doesn't have oil, unfortunately, which is a shame. Will this mod have guns like tech guns? Maybe. Probably not, to be honest, because it seems out of scope. But maybe, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. If it does, that would be like a very, very, very future thing, not anytime soon. Okay, so we need to make oil, chat. How do we make oil? Well, I'm just gonna yoink water. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna yoink water. So I will actually go find the water texture. Here we go. So assets, Minecraft, textures, block. Find water. Okay. I'm gonna open these in paint.net. Please, hello. Okay. And then I'm gonna open flow texture. So my plan is to be very simple. I'm going to tint it like, sure, full saturation will do. Maybe some green as well, not too much green. And I'm just going to do the same thing on both of them so that I can keep this consistent. And then I'm going to turn down the darkness. That's kind of fine, but the saturation is not. I think that's fine. All I will do is I will increase the alpha, not invert, not invert. How do you change the alpha? God, I forgot. Object, noise, short, no, color, blur, artistic, no. How the hell do you change the alpha? I thought there was just an alpha slider. Maybe that's a plugin and I don't have it. I think that might be a plugin. Paint.net alpha plugin. See if I can find it. I cannot find it. Oh, apparently what I can do is I can actually change the opacity of this. So if I just copy, I don't think that did anything. But if I make a new layer, there you go. That basically doubles down. Then if I merge, paste, paste, merge. Okay. Yeah, I thought there was a way. I'm sure there was a way you could do that. I'm probably just forgetting how. But maybe it's a plugin. Seems a bit silly if that's a plugin, though, I will admit. And I want to try, this might not work, but I want to try something like this. Something like that. Which kind of blobs it up a little bit more. Maybe it'll work. Who knows? So we call this crude oil still, and then I'll go put it in the correct place. Here we go. Source, main, resources, assets, industrial, textures, block, crude oil still. I'm just going to copy that path so that when I do the next one, I can just do that. Crude oil flow. I don't know if that's actually what I called them though in the client. I feel like it's probably not. Crude oil still and crude oil flow. It kind of looks like the old line. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see it in game. It's hard to I generally find it quite hard to judge a texture without seeing it in the game, because it can kind of look completely different in the game. Are we ready to run it? I guess so, huh? We need to do the data gen. Quickly do that. Close that, and I'll bring chat back up because I've lost it again. Okay. Did that run? It did. Good. So we can do Minecraft. That hasn't created the model though. Does it not need the model? I guess not. Okay, and hopefully this should all work. We should have a fluid. We're not going to have a bucket texture, actually. I don't know how you do that in Fabric. I don't know if there's a way to do that. I'll move it off screen for you so you don't... no, I'll just get rid of this. There you go. Okay, let's clear. And we have a crude oil bucket. Okay. Let's see if it works then, I guess. Oh. I forgot the MC meta files. That would help. Open in file location. There you go. Flow and still. Okay. Textures, block. Okay, put them in. And then I just need to rename these. So rename. And we'll go crude oil. And rename crude oil. There we go. And if we just build and then F3 NT, please. I don't think that quite worked. I'm a bit confused actually. What is it doing? Did I mess up? Oh, I also, yeah, thank you. I did indeed title mistype there. I did typo that. But yeah, what the hell is going on here? Also, let's can I make it slower? How do I do that? I don't know. I'll figure it out. But why is it not why is it not spreading, you know? It also doesn't work as a fluid. So and nothing happens when I'm inside of it either. But yeah, what is going on here? Why is it doing this? Let's have a look. So get level should be fine. Get tick rate is 45. Maybe the max flow distance is wrong. Let's do like 10. I can't build that, can I? Damn. Let's also figure out the bucket whilst we're here, actually. So let's go in it, not in it, data generator, not generator. What am I doing? Model provider. And then let's go item model generator. Hopefully there's one for buckets. There is not. Lovely. Okay. Does Fabric not have a way to do that? I guess probably not, do they? Item. Let's search bucket. Because water has like just a texture, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I probably should have done that whilst I was doing the texture for the fluids. Let's just look though. Well, wait, so fabric have milk? Is that right? Am I understanding that right? As to what was said earlier, or is that literally a separate library? I only want classes. Okay, I think that must have been a separate library. I will look it up. Milk fabric. Okay. I'm having a look. Here we go. So textures, item. Models, item. Oh, that they obviously okay. Okay. So how do you generate it then? If there's not a bucket parent model. Let's go to the external libraries real quick, and we're going to have a look through here. Client only, there we go. Assets, Minecraft, models, item. And let's see if there is a bucket model. Buckets. So layer 0 is right. So they don't have like a it's not like a parent model that can be used. Okay, I wonder if Fabric has that or not. I don't suppose the fluid thing is like its own API, is it? There's rendering fluids. There does not appear to be a fluid specific API. But it probably would be client, wouldn't it? Now that I think about it. Rendering fluids client. Maybe it's in here? No. I don't know. I don't know how to do a bucket, chat. I actually don't know how you do a bucket model in Fabric. So I think we'll leave that out. But now, because I don't think the wiki talked about that unless I missed it. I'll have a look again. I'm pretty sure it didn't. God. Fluids. Creating a fluid, here we go. Bucket, where's the bucket? Oh. Wait, I actually did, okay. Apparently I did miss something on the item in it for the bucket. But I know this isn't obviously relevant really, but apparently I need to also have a crafting remainder, recipe remainder, items dot bucket. Good to know. I didn't know that, but apparently I need to do that. And then let's also add it to the fluid tag, shall we? Because we need to do that. So we'll create a new class and we'll call it Industria Fluid Tag Provider. And this is going to extend, what is it, fabric tag provider dot fluid tag provider? There you go. Implement methods and then also add the constructor. Okay. And then we can do this and do fluid tags. What are conventional fluid? What's in there? I'm curious. Honey? Why is honey in there? That's kind of cringe. I guess that kind of makes sense. Bit weird. Should we do lava? I think lava makes more sense. And then we will add tag list. No. We'll add fluid init dot crude oil. And then add crude oil flowing. And whilst I think about it, actually, we need to add that to the lang as well. So we need to do translation builder dot add. Can you add a fluid or not? You cannot, but we can add the block. So block init dot no, not block init, it's in fluid init. Fluid init dot crude oil block. And then we also need to add the bucket, which is a bucket of crude oil. There you go. Okay, so that's that. And then let's also add this as well to the data generator. So pack.addProvider. And I'm going to put that with the other two tag providers to keep the consistency a little bit. Okay. Did we figure out this? Oh, I changed it to 10. Let's try that. See what that does. Oh, data gen. Data gen. Come on, chat. You didn't remind me. I'll stop the client. Okay, there we go. So, client. And then I think once this is done, we'll end the stream. I know this isn't obviously the oil pump that we plan to do, but we did need an oil fluid first anyways, so at least after this, I will know how to do fluids, and maybe so will some of you. So, it's benefit for everyone. Uh-oh. Oh. What is... I'm not sure I understand. Let's have a look here real quick. Maybe this is the issue. Let's do level decrease per block as 1, maybe? Oh, that's level 1 to 8. I need, I think I need properties level 15, don't I? That's probably why it's bugging out, you know? Oh, yikes. That crashed it. That's not surprising, though. Okay. Let's try again. Okay. Oh, it crashed. I wasn't looking. What happened? Cannot set in property as it does not exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? It clearly does exist. What do you mean? Oh, because I'm saying that the git level is 50, is 8, I think. Is that why? I just want to say quick thanks for your stories. They've helped you heal along the way. That's good. I'm glad they can help you. That is my only intention, for them to be useful. What is happening here? Am I going crazy? Can I set int property as it does not exist? Oh, because I'm copying water? I don't think so. I think that's the issue here. Maybe because it's dot liquid? No, I don't think so. Crude oil dot still. Oh. Wait, is this the wrong way around? Is this also meant to be in here? Like, am I meant to do this? And then, yeah, am I meant to do that? Is that what's happening? Let's try that. I didn't see it like that on the wiki, but I might have just read it wrong. No, it's definitely not like that on the wiki. Is it the same error, or it is? That's weird. Okay, I guess just level then. Level. Level. And 8. And I guess this needs to be level 8 or something. Even though on the wiki that clearly shows us level 15, but sure. Sure. Whatever. Also, I just want to try something. And then let's do that. Look, stream music, chat. That might be too loud, I don't know. I should have put that on earlier. I completely forgot. That crashed. What now? Can I set property integer level 8 because it does not exist on Kudo? I don't understand. With level, but it does. Oh no, because this. Okay, so this needs to be level 15. I don't understand. Why is this level 15 and this is level 8? I don't get that. I really don't understand. Has anyone ever told you that you look like I don't know how you say that person's name, the singer? I don't think I do. But I kind of forgot what he looks like. I don't think I do. At all, actually. I completely disagree. Now it doesn't flow at all. I don't understand. Level decrease per block is now 1. Why is it not flowing? Is it the tick rate? Oh no, it's because it's going down, right? I am so lost. It must be the tick rate. It has to be the tick rate. But I don't think I can hotspot that, can I? It's not the tick rate. So what is it then? If I set that to like 5? No? Okay, I'm gonna have a look. I guess maybe kind of like there's a minute amount of resemblance, like a tiny weeny bit. But I think that's mostly just the hair. No, it's definitely not a 1-to-1 match, bro. It's definitely not that close. Bro, it can't even tick down. No. Definitely not 80%. Now you're pulling my leg. It's still true. Get level 8. I'm so confused. Fluid, so... Oh, apparently it's get flow speed, which is something I haven't even overridden. No, that doesn't exist. That does not exist. Get min flow down distance. I think that's just get tick rate though. No, it can't be. It has to be... I am also missing matches type, but I don't think that's necessary. So fluid is equal get flowing, or fluid is equal get still. I don't think that's the issue though, right? Let's see if this works. If this doesn't work, then I'm a little bit lost. And I'm not sure what else I can try. So we just have to hope for the best. Okay, that was the issue. That was the issue. It's flowing way too fast, by the way. But okay, how do I actually change like the animation speed? Does anyone know how to do that? So let's close these. It's got to be in the MC Matter. Like if I do like frame time 5, what does that do? What did that do? I feel like that didn't do anything. Let's do like 50. That's not doing anything. That is not doing anything. Let's try add it to this as well. And let me try building by closing them. I don't always trust IntelliJ to actually build. Oh, that's worked. Okay. So let's change the frame time to like 25. No, maybe like 20. Let's make this one 25. Or no, we'll make this one 30. Then we'll close those and we'll build. And then we'll reload. Okay, that's too slow. Even so, this is too slow. So let's do like 10 for that one. And let's do like 20 for that one. And then we'll build. And then we'll reload. Yeah, that's not bad, I don't think. I think that's fine. Now, it does set me on fire if I go inside of it. So maybe I should make it water, not lava. But hey, for the most part, it works, right? Oh, it also burns items. Oh, I hate that it copies all the properties. It's so annoying. Let's also change the actual distance that it flows, because I think 10 is too far. So I'm going to change that to 5. There we go. I don't know if that will actually change anything like immediately. Probably not, I guess. Okay. But I think that's fine, right? Your tutorials have helped me a ton. Thanks for the helpful content. No problem. I'm glad they can help. But I think that's pretty much it for this stream anyways. We've done a fair amount, right? We've got the wind turbine. I'm honestly kind of happy with the just the wind turbine getting done, which we'll just get up again. Yeah, so we'll obviously have to work on the speed, because Oh, and also the voxel shape. No, the model isn't rotating. Oh, we can do that real quick. We can do that, right? Yeah, I think we can do that. Matrices dot multiply. Does anyone know what the class is called? Is it axis something? Rotation axis? Ah, got it. A rotation axis, and we're going to go on the y, right? So positive y. And rotation degrees. Entity dot block. Entity dot state. Let's do this. Let's do direction facing is equal properties dot facing, and that needs to be the horizontal facing. Then rotation degrees, we'll just use, is that a thing? I must say that's changed nothing. It could possibly need to be negative that. No. That's south facing then? No, not facing. South facing dot as rotation is what I meant. Oh, so that's 0. Get horizontal. What is it? Oh, can I just use get rotation quaternion? That would actually be very nice. Definitely not. Let's put it down on the ground. Facing dot. So what is get horizontal then? So 2. So can I just do facing dot get horizontal times 90? Interesting. So if I do this, that's facing that way. That's facing that way. So it's just the wrong way around. So I just need to do 180 plus that. Why is it doing that though? So if I'm not looking, it renders slower? But if I look at it from this way, it doesn't matter whether I look at this or not, it still renders at the same... What? That's quite weird. No, even if I look at it... Wait, what? I actually don't understand. Wait. I don't get lower frames if I look this way, right? No. So it's not like FPS thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand. If I look this way, it's fine. And if I look this way, it's fine. But for some reason, if I look this way, or this way, it's not fine. If I look from above, it's fine. No, I don't think the issue is ticking. The issue is rendering, so... I don't know. Well, rendering uses partial ticks, right? So it uses the tick delta. Let's try this. Let's do tick delta. Right? And then I'm gonna look at it this way. I think it's hard to tell. I think it's printing more when I'm facing this way than it is when I'm facing this way. It's really hard to tell because obviously it's printing very fast. Oh yeah, you can't see it because it's negligible, but I think it's printing more. Like if I do that, I feel like there's less, but I'm probably just going crazy. I'm probably just making myself think there's less. Do I have to times this by the by tick delta? Like if I do that, no. No, that still slows it down. The thing is, it's like a massive difference. It's not just like a tiny amount. Like it's a very noticeable difference. Like if I look down at it, it's fine. I actually don't know. I think that's a problem for another time. I'll probably try and figure it out between this stream and the next. And also, I need to figure out how to make this fluid, you know, not set me on fire, because not ideal. So I will try and figure out those two things, and also I'll try and figure out the bucket model as well. And then I also need to get this an item model in a hand, but that should be fine as well. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it for this stream. I think we've made pretty good progress in terms of like getting this to render. It doesn't happen with this one, does it? This one doesn't do it at all. And yet this one... Does this one do it based on distance? No, this one just doesn't do it. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I will, I'll try and figure those things out. And when I next stream, we will, we'll make the fluid pump, the oil pump, because I think that'll be quite fun to do. So yeah, I'll try and figure those things out, and hopefully we should be able to get that all working. But yeah, that's going to be it for this stream, guys. I think that has been, how long have we been going for? We have been going for just over 3 hours, so I think that's That's enough for me. I don't yeah, I don't think I can go much longer than that. So oh, also freezes when I move the game, but I think that's normal, isn't it? But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it. So I will see you in the next stream, which will be, I don't know, yeah, I don't know when the next stream will be. So yeah, goodbye everyone.